Hello and welcome back to the channel. So for tonight's vlog we've been invited into a new collaboration group. So be really appreciative if after you watch this video you could check out the other channels. Their logos will be whizzing around on the screen as we speak.
Tonight's video is about stealth or wild park-ups.
Now we appreciate different people call it different things. We actually got slated on one of our videos because someone who does wild camping said that we've stolen their terminology. So for the purposes of this video we will probably refer to it as stealth camping, however it could be referred to as wild as well.
So David, explain what is stealth park-up.
Okay, so for me, a stealth park up is where you go to park overnight in the camper van. It's somewhere that's not a pub, it's nowhere that you've paid to stay there, so it's not a campsite. Could be a lay-by, could be a car park, something like that. You stay overnight. We aren't too stealth because we've got loads of YouTube logos over the van, but the idea is you don't draw attention to yourself.
Okay, and so how do you find a stealth park-up?
So the easiest way to find a stealth park up is to follow your intuition. So just drive, find somewhere that you think looks like a good place to park and just check that there's no signs. I'll be honest, for me that's the best option. You have got things out there that can help you. So there is the Park for Nights app, which will give you laybys and it'll give you information from other people that have stayed in certain places. And you've also got search for sites. The thing is with stealth parking is we don't want everyone staying in the same place because then everyone gets noticed and they start closing places down. So that's why I say to you, find your own and use your own intuition. I guess that's the best bit of advice I can give.
So we want to tell you about the stealth park-ups that we've done. David, what's your favourite stealth park-up?
My favourite stealth park up, beyond a shadow of a doubt, is Castleton. However, this is a prime example of somewhere where everyone stays, and I know the council are talking about putting up restrictions there. But it's just such a gorgeous place, and it's so casual and laid back because you can park there, you have a chat to other like-minded people, and you can have a wander into Castleton, give them your business. So go into the pub, go into the sweet shop, go into the local shop. Boost the economy in that area. That's what I love about Castleton.
And there's some amazing walks around there as well.
Yeah.
And some hikes. Yeah.
Exactly.
Go prepared.
Yeah, make sure you got walking boots. I think one time I went in flip-flops to the top of Mamtor. Where's your favourite place?
My favourite is Southsea. And I don't think you can park up there overnight now, but we have a couple of times before and I just love it. I just love the fact that you can wake up and I can take the dogs onto the beach, you can see the sea. It's just lovely. That's my favourite.
The thing with Southsea is this is another example where unfortunately the councils have decided that they don't want people staying along the front, so they've now put overnight restrictions in. Now unfortunately this really hampers the local businesses because on Southsea you've got the Coffee Cup, which is a coffee shop along the front that opens at 7 AM. Now when we used to stay there, everyone that used to stay along the front used to go there, get bacon sandwiches, get coffees, you know, and at the end of the day I don't think the council have consulted them, and if they had consulted them I'm pretty sure that the Coffee Cup would have said please don't, you know, close it down. So it's really unfortunate. Other places we stayed at Cromford Canal. Another place we stayed in Milton Keynes. We stayed at Winchester Circle near Kingston. So there's a lot of different shops and there's a lot of different car parks around there. I know a lot of people have stayed in Tesco car parks. It's not one we've tried because a lot of supermarkets have got overnight restrictions. So just be a little bit wary of that as well.
So we would like to discuss with you our top tips that we found through stealth park-ups.
So tip number one is make sure that one of you isn't drinking. Just remember that most of the places you're going to be staying are going to be on the highway. So potentially you could be done for in charge of a vehicle whilst drunk. Obviously when we stay in a lay-by, I'm always the driver. I never ever have a drink in the van.
No. And you might need to move on, so yeah, one of you needs to be able to drive at least. Exactly. Another top tip is be respectful and considerate to everyone around you. Don't be noisy, don't get your furniture out, you know, it's stealth park up. Be stealthy. Get into stealth mode, don't draw attention to yourself. Just have a bit of respect for whatever's around you and whoever's around you.
Exactly. The next tip I would say is make sure you take your litter home with you. Now, I'll be honest with you, we speak to a lot of other van lifers, and I don't think the van lifers are responsible for a lot of the litter around. However, people seem to think that they are. So the moment someone gets caught dropping litter, that will be magnified, because people already have a misconception of people who use camper vans and motorhomes.
And the last tip I would say was be safe. Trust your instinct. If you don't feel right, then yeah, move on, find somewhere else. But yeah, stay safe. That's the most important.
I'll be honest, there's always a pub that you can stay at. So always have a little bit of a backup. So if you find somewhere doesn't feel safe, then you might have to pay, but have a pub in mind that you could potentially go to.
Yeah, safety first. Okay, so with that, are we going to tell people where we are actually stealthy parking tonight?
Well, we're in an amazing place, but bearing in mind what I said at the start of the video, that we don't want everyone using the same place, I don't think I'm going to tell you where we are. The only thing I will say is we're in a top secret location. We're somewhere that I thought really hard about, and we're somewhere where I really doubt anyone else will find us, and I also doubt that anyone else will replicate. Trust me on this one, we are going to have the best night's sleep ever.